Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode here on Sandybay Farms, where before we get into things, there's been a few changes between the episodes that I'd like to show you guys. You'll notice that the grass is a bit shorter here. That's because I've been doing a bit of terrain painting. I took out a bit of this hill. Hopefully the game volume is considerably lower than it was before because it's way too loud. I don't know if that's a bug with the map or what that is, but I can't turn the game volume down anymore with the game. So I've turned it way down on the recording software. Hopefully you can still hear a bit of it, but not too much of it. Also took the lump out of this path here, and this path that we created has now magically turned into a track. It's a little bit wide, but I've also gotten rid of some trees. Got rid of some trees here, did a bit of terrain painting. Well, not look at that. And I also, if I can jump over this fence, changed this so it looks a little bit less muddy. Over here we have a pile of wood because I've chopped down a lot of trees here. These two trees, though, they don't exist. There is no collision for them. And this barrel, can't pick that up. Doesn't exist either. I did a bit of gravel where we put the plough, and I've just generally tidied things up around the farm. Not too much, just little bits and pieces. The other thing that you might notice is, well, you won't actually notice it just now because I'm not in a vehicle, but that extended driving mod that you have to put it in forward or reverse, I've disabled that purely because although it adds realism for me, it doesn't actually make a difference to the series, and when I'm recording it, it's a bit of a pain in the backside, so I got rid of that. You guys shouldn't actually notice any difference with it whatsoever, but obviously I will. It'll make my life a little bit easier actually making these episodes. Also put in dirt here in this sort of scrap area, just sort of to, you know, like I said, tidy the place up a little bit. There's a couple of things I want to do today. We have 2 contracts for ploughing. They're not ploughing, that's wrong, it's baling, that's the one. We've got 2 grass fields, one fairly small, one quite sizable. And we need to mow it, rake it, and bale it and wrap it. So we're going to jump in to the fen here. As you can see, no longer have the drive control, so if I push the throttle, we go forward, hold the brake, we go backwards because I don't have the setting on. You might also hear some squeaking because my steering wheel has developed quite a bad squeak when I turn left, which is not very fun at all. But we have 36,348. We really actually should have more than that, but it is what it is. There is still just a random bump there. I will fix that off camera. Now I do still have manual attach and all the other mods on, so that's the thing. Does this have? It does. We'll fold that up. We are going to have to take a trip down to the shop because I'd like to exchange this more for a different one potentially. We probably will just sell this more for now because I do want a bigger more, and we'll lease a more setup. The other thing I'd like to do is we need to pick up a bale wrapper. We do have a baler, I think. Pretty sure we have a baler. I really hope we have a baler. I also got the homemade cage. That's for eggs. Well, I'm worried now that we don't have a baler. Okay, we don't have a baler. That could be problematic, but it's fine. We've got 2 contracts to do. One at a local field, one at a field way up next to the greenhouse. But it's not the end of the world. The other thing, because there's many things, I've spent a long time sitting staring at the screen today. I've actually spent the best part of 3 hours just sort of trying to decide what it is I'm going to do with this map. I'm having some difficulty with this series figuring out what to do and how to go about doing it and things like that. Not in a realistic sense, more in a what next type sense. I want to sell this tractor. I eventually want to sell all of the tractors that we currently have and replace them all for different ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head down to the shop, I'm going to sell the baler and this tractor. We will get a new tractor, new to us at least. I don't know exactly what tractor I'm getting yet, but we'll get a new tractor. And we might have to take out a loan, but that's fine. I'll work out all the finance type side of things off camera, and we're going to get a baler, and we'll probably get a bale wrapper as well, because I do want to produce silage bales at the farm, so I want to own our bale wrapper. I don't want to lease one of them, but we will probably lease the mower. So I'll get that all worked out, and I'll bring you guys back once I've worked out exactly what it is we're doing. Okay guys, this is what I went for. We've got the Krone Big Pack 120/80 and this really nice little Massey Ferguson 5713S Dyna 6 next generation. Although this looks like quite a small tractor, it does actually have the horsepower requirements for this rather large looking baler. The baler only requires 115 horsepower and this Massey Ferguson has 130, so it should manage just fine. Now I haven't leased the mower that we're going to use because we are going to lease a really big mower, because the field that we're going to do first, tiny little field, nothing particularly great about it. It's probably one we're going to buy very soon in the next couple of episodes because it's just a nice little field. We could have done it with the mower that we had, but I'm trying to cut out a few of the tasks here. But the other field we have to do is actually quite a sizable field, so if we were to do that with our little 3 meter mower, we would be at it all day, and I'm just not about that just now. So yeah, quite happy with the setup. I was going to go for a different baler, but this one, I like how this one has the appearance of being a bit older. And the price reflected that. I actually didn't have to change the price of any of the equipment that I got. It just was the price, and we have £97,000 left, so we actually turned a profit. I think we lost some horsepower, but we did turn a profit. Now I have taken the bale wrapper down. It's already here. As you can see. So what we're going to do is we are going to lease this mower, which is going to be really expensive. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go for it. We will there's a couple of other sort of mowing jobs that we could just take on all in one job, so we could even mow one of our own fields. This one goes the same speed as the tractor. I do like this. Not very good at driving, mind you, but I do like this more. It's the Krone Big M 450. 450 if you prefer. But what I'll do is I will jump cut the work we're doing in field 25, because it is, like I said, it's very, very tiny field. It's only going to take a matter of seconds. That's a wall I'm climbing. Yep. Not very good at driving this at all. The drive inside, the crashes and things, I'm not going to do anything about them. You know, I'm not going to add a insurance claim or any of that kind of thing. I mean, we just paid 20 grand for this machine for lease. I'm pretty sure that would cover any sort of insurance waiver anyway. But like I said, I was saying, I'll jump cut the work in field 25 and I'll let you guys see the work in the bigger field, which I think is actually field 23, but it's all the way over at the other side of the map. And we will probably do a few contracts to try and earn some of the money back for this machine, because as it currently stands, one field's worth I think 16.5 grand for the contract, and this one we're working in is only worth like 5, so it doesn't really leave a lot of earnings. Kind of makes it somewhat pointless. This machine might be a little bit big for this little back road. I'm sure we'll be fine. But the reason I wanted to take this machine is because it obviously has the ability to do its own windrows. You can just pile the grass up right in the middle. Now I do have follow me, but it's not working, which is unfortunate. Now how do I change that? Left control and Y. There we go. Alright, let's get this thing started up, and like I said, I'll bring you guys back once this field is all baled and wrapped. Okay guys, here we are. This is all the bales from field 25. We have to take them down to Sandybay stores. So we've got 7 bales. We didn't manage to pick up every last bit from the field. There was one bit where it said it didn't have access to the field, which made no sense because it let me cut it, but that's just the way this game works sometimes. And all the equipment barring this is up at the next field. Hold up, so much behind me. Let's not get caught speeding here again. At least not in the same tractor, that would be embarrassing. Now Sandybay Stores is down at the animal dealership at the bottom of the cliff, and in doing this I've realised this trailer has a terrible turning circle, which is to be expected, I suppose it is. Quite a wide, well not wide, it's quite a long trailer. Let's try and keep it on my side of the road. So hopefully we get a bit of money from this. It's showing the current progression for that field being 25%. Now I'm hoping I don't have to hold on to these bales until they're silage, because if that's the case then we've made a massive mistake and everything's gone tits up. But hopefully everything works out fine. We'll get to go up that really steep road up to field 23. You can see on the map there all the green dots of the machines lined up in the field ready to go. And like I said, I did all this stuff off camera so far, but I'll bring you guys along for the time lapse. With the other stuff I am going to slow speed way down though. It's through all the gates. And hopefully I can just pull through here. I will take the straps off. Alright, let's see, field 25. No, the progress is still 20%. Well, hopefully when we go to work the other field, the progress goes up. I really hope so anyway. Let me just double check that I was actually supposed to make. Yeah, silage bales and silage bales. So, not to worry. I'm assuming we just need to sell a whole heap more bales. So we'll go up the really steep hill. Just around here, pulling out in front of traffic. It looked like it would have been painful for them. My driving gets better with every episode. So I don't think I actually showed this hill off in the episode where we went driving around, which is a bit unfortunate because this is quite a hill. But what I'm going to do with our new tractor, drop nose Massey, is I am going to put front loader attachments on it, and we are going to use that to replace this tractor, and then we'll get a bigger, more powerful tractor to replace the Fent. Now I do want to do a bit of brand matching, so we will end up with all our tractors being Massey Ferguson, or at least most of our tractors being Massey Ferguson. We might keep the JCB, I'm not 100% sure though. Here is field 23, the other field on our to-do list. I don't see me getting this in there easily. might actually have to reverse it. I'm not sure if these bollards have collisions on them or not. Really hoping they don't. Do they? Yes, they do. Awesome. The trees don't here though. But a bus shelter caused me no end of trouble getting all the other equipment in. Just not enough room to get into this field. We will make it in. See? Told you guys we'd make it. See, this is a much bigger field, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to park this tractor down this side of the gate. Or in that tree right there. Either is fine. So I'm pretty sure these areas just to the side of the gates are not actually part of the field themselves, of its field itself. So this area here should be fine for that. Now we do have all of our tractors out here. We've got the JCB on the bale wrapper just now, but it will probably go onto the baler because although the Massey Ferguson is able to use it, it's a bit slower than I'd like it. So let's get this unfolded, started up. We'll do a lap around the headland so you can get a rough idea of how long this field is going to take, then we'll jump into a time lapse. Lower that down, turn it on. With this machine, it's certainly not going to take very long at all. With the bale wrapping it, that's always a less than exciting job that takes a little bit longer than I really want it to every single time I do it. But not to worry. I'm just hoping that I've not made a mistake doing these baling missions. Hopefully it is something you can do with seasons. But as you can see, this is quite a sizable field, to be honest. Not quite as big as the field next to us, which we sprayed in a previous episode, but still pretty sizable. And that is quite a view. See the castle and down to the bay. So yeah, doing it with this machine really takes away from the size of the field, which is exactly what we want. So like I said, we will jump into a time lapse, crack on with this, and I'll see you guys at the other side. Okay guys, we have all of the bales wrapped and picked up. We've got the first load on the trailer here. What I did was I went down to the shop and got another bale spike and the front loader attachment all sorted for the Massey Ferguson so that this can sit outside the field and I can load up with the Massey onto this. It seems like an awful lot of bales to go down this hill. I'm stood on the brakes just now. I mean, we are slowing down, just not very much. I think I might have slightly overloaded the trailer by like a lot, so it's swaying and tilting and things, but it's fine. Now we've got another 4 stacks of 3, don't fall over. We've got another 4 stacks of 3 and then 1 by itself. Sitting up in the field. But we'll get these ones sold, we'll have a look at what the contract's doing at that point. And then we'll head up and get those. We'll sell them all regardless because we did make a little bit of money. Okay, so it looks like the contract is working. The bigger contract is done first. So I'll get the rest of these loaded up and I'll see you guys back down here. Okay guys, here we are back down at the sell point. We're going to be a little bit more picky with this because any extras that we've done we'll get paid for, but I don't want to sell them as grass. So we're just going to take a couple at a time into the trigger and then we'll leave the rest to ferment before we sell them. Let's check. We're up to 66%. So let's take another 2 off of the same bit. And we'll sell these 2 as well. We definitely don't want to sell more than we absolutely have to, that's for sure. That might be the last one. Yeah, contract on field 25 finished. So let's collect our money. There we go. £18,000 came in. Obviously we spent £20,000 leasing the Crone. But what we do have are these bales. Now I'll sell one of them. I'll sell this one at the front here. As you see, when I go pick it up, it is classed as grass, which we don't want, but we'll get rid of this one so we have a nice even trailer. What else do we get for one of these bales? Nothing at all, so that was a waste of probably a reasonable amount of money. I'm just going to even this trailer out just a little bit. Yeah, I missed, but I'll take it. And we're going to leave this tractor and trailer down here as well for the day or two that these bales need to ferment into actual silage bales. I mean, we could take them back up to the farm, but that would be pointless. Missed again. Wow. Can't say I'm overly surprised though. And the other option we've got is we could take them off the trailer altogether and just leave the bales down here. I think this is where I'm going to leave this episode here for today, guys. As you can see, it still says full type grass, so we'll leave it at that. Before that, actually, I will get the machine thing that reads bales and the likes. It's in here somewhere. That one. Whew, 5 grand. 48 hours to go, so 2 days it's going to take. So, like I said, I'm going to leave this episode here for today, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, you can, of course, subscribe. You can also ring that bell icon if you haven't done so already. That way you get notified of all future uploads and live streams. And as always, you can find a link to my Discord server in the description below. You're always welcome to join me over there, and you can also find me on Twitter. My Twitter name is on the screen, so head over there, drop me a follow. That would be very much appreciated. But thank you all very kindly for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.